Good evening to you all. It's been a long time since I've actually had an episode out. Well, I had a science fiction episode that I launched like 4 weeks in a row. God, that was so much fun. Oh, I enjoyed that so much. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Having one of those come out on the show here is like beautiful when it does and it happens. It's great. So, I have a very interesting episode to bring to the table tonight, or this evening, or this afternoon, or whatever time of dimension that you're in. And I wanted to kind of reflect on some things. Well, personally, my reflection on some things. I know that there are some of you out there that are listening to my show, or that you have come to listen to my show because you found out I was doing it, and you're like, yeah, I want to go check out what this dude's talking about. I don't know, maybe. I just know that there's a large quantity of people that is from the area where I live that are listening, and it's like, holy shit, okay, cool. And I'm starting to realize that I think a lot of the individuals are listening are the ones that I went to school with, especially junior high school. And I just want to reach out to you guys, and do a little talk with you and those of you that are listening. And I could be wrong, I could be just full of shit and I'm losing my mind and what the numbers are showing me or something completely different. Who knows? I really don't know. On the other hand, I have this weird intuition that I need to put this out here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this out here and kind of put that to rest of an idea. Maybe settle some, remorses, possibly. Others that are having remorses, maybe. I don't really know, I'm just going off the feeling. Just going off of what I should be doing. So that's what this episode's going to be about. So, here we go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time of dimension that you are in. This is your host, Chris. Welcome to Interstellar Frequency. coming back once again. So, reason why I want to talk about what I'm going to talk about tonight is because my oldest is now in ninth grade in high school. And I've come to realize that what it was like going through ninth grade in high school all over, and then having to go down to visit the school and do the parent-teacher meeting stuff and everything like that. And it's like, oh, God, I don't miss high school. I really don't. I mean, sometimes it's like, damn, I really do kind of miss high school. No. Well, I take that back. I mean, let me reframe from that. Yes, I miss high school on the fact of never having to worry about the essentials of life, paying the bills and paying everything that you have to pay as an adult. Not have to worry about anything in the world except for doing your homework. God, wouldn't that be cool? Like, all you have to worry about is just doing your homework and not have to worry about anything. And nobody ever sits there and sits you down and go, man, let me tell you something. You better enjoy what you're doing right now because this is very, very easy. Wait until you become an adult because then it's going to get very, very hard on how to make it work as an adult. No one ever really sits you down and talks to you. I mean, okay, let me back up a little bit more. There are, teachers out there that were like, just wait until you become an adult and you're out there in the world trying to pay the bills. You're going to have a job, and sometimes some of you are going to have to work 2 jobs. They weren't lying. That's for sure. They were not lying. They were telling us the truth. And us young kids were like, yeah, right. I don't know what you're talking about. As all of us teenagers, for some reason, it's like it's programmed in our minds to sit back and go, yeah, no, every single adult that talks to us is a liar. I don't know why in the world us being young kids would sit there and think of that way. When in reality-wise, all they ever wanted to do is really just kind of help us out and teach us, hey, this is what's up. This is what you need to be aware of. You don't really think about that until after when you're an adult and you're like, wow, those teachers were right. They weren't trying to hurt me. They were actually telling me the truth and saying, hey, just wait until you get out in the world. How much more difficult it's going to be. You think you have it difficult now? You're wrong. Well, so I started going down memory lane, right? I started sitting here thinking about what it was like when I was in school. Oh. And I started thinking about the stuff that my son is dealing with in school and how he's dealing with people, and he doesn't really like it, as none of us really do like high school or anything. Everybody's always trying to fit in some form of way. We're always trying to fit in, right? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You're never going to see him again. And if you do see him again, you're lucky that you got to see him again. I mean, that's just how it is. Every once in a while, you'll run into someone that you once knew from school. And man, the world's changed completely different. We all have children of our own now. Some of us don't. It just depends. And so I wanted to take a trip down memory lane, and I wanted to talk to those of you that knew me in junior high and knew me in high school. And I was told by my wife many times that I was, what would be the better words? Is, God, you were such a dick. That was my wife's line. That's what she said, okay? Now, I don't recall that. I just recalled that anybody that was mean to me, I just kind of let it go. I didn't care. It didn't mean shit to me. Same as it is today. It doesn't mean anything to me. And I know that there may be some of you out there that are secretly listening to my show. God forbid anybody ever finds out. Trust me, your secret is safe. It doesn't matter. So, some of you might be actually listening to the show, or listening to my show and what I'm doing, and you're like, holy shit, it's Yoda Swoboda, or something, I don't know. And that's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Whatever happened back then happened back then. It was at that present moment in time. Yeah, there were some, disagreements and stuff among the peers, and those of you know who you are. And you need to understand, man, girl, woman, whoever you are, however you are, it doesn't matter. It was back then, it was in the past. We were both in the world trying to figure our way out and trying to figure our way what to do. And yeah, there might have been some things that were said to each other and stuff like that, and we all went our own separate ways. And you sit there and think about, like, damn, I wonder how that dude's doing. Wonder what's he up to. No. I get it. It's cool. I know many of you that I've, you haven't lost and forgot or anything like that. I still think about you all. Those of you that are, sitting here listening like, oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I remember you all. Every one of them. Everybody. It's not like it's long forgotten, and it is. Now, let me rephrase that one again. What is long forgotten is the context of what we talked about or disagreements that we had, and then we had our little so-called myths or misfortunes or dislikes of each other. That stuff's like ancient history and long gone and forgot about. There's a little bit more important things in the world than to have some kind of what would be the word of it? God, this sucks. I'm drawing a blank right now. I know this one. Oh, God, help me. I want to say has something to do with like not letting go. It's hatred, maybe hatred. No, God, I cannot think of the right terminology of the word in the English language. It's so foreign to me. I can't get it. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot think of it. Oh Jesus. Well, that just proves a point, okay? It doesn't matter. It happened a long time ago. So those of you that are all upset about, whatever was said, and you had some kind of way and some kind of feeling of some sort towards me, it's all good. I never held you guys accountable for it, and you're holding yourself accountable. Like, I feel like there's an emotions and stuff like that. Now, call me crazy. I don't care. It's not the first time. I've heard it many times in high school. You're crazy. Yeah, I am. Thank you. It's better be crazy than sorry, I guess. I don't know. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. It happened. We were all going through our things. I was going through my own things at the time. And I was dealing with stuff at home. And people had impressions of different things. Some people had ideas that I was some kind of like rich kid or something like that. No, I really wasn't. No, not at all. And people say that I was, but no, I really wasn't. I was just, had an idea that if I have something and it is a value of like a backpack, believe it or not, the damn same backpack that I graduated high school, I still use to this day, matter of fact. Those of you that are kind of wondering about my backpack, if you do remember my had that gelatin weird stuff in the shoulders and stuff, and you guys were always like, wow, can I touch your weird gelatin backpack thing? Yeah, go for it. And I know some of you are cracking up laughing right now thinking about that. And I still have it. I literally still have it. And it's a good backpack. That's what happens when you get like good quality stuff. It lasts forever if you take care of it. Now I just wish I can get my 6-year-old to understand that. If you have good stuff, take care of it. It will last you a long time. But that's a work in progress, I think. I don't know how he got the destructive side. That's not me. I never was that way, destroying shit, as far as I can remember. I could be wrong. My brother might have something else to say about that. No, you were destroying everything. You were like a freaking gremlin. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, man. It's all good. Whatever happened, happened. And couldn't happen any other way. Why? Because we're still alive. Okay, I stole that line from The Matrix, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. It happened and couldn't happen any other way. And so, those of you that are sitting here today, like, damn, I really feel bad for what I said. No, don't. You're only judging yourself. Don't be doing that. You know, it happened a long time ago. And bygones are bygones. And time is time. And you know, Hakuna Matata. Don't worry about it. No worries for the end of your days. It's a problem for any philosophy. There you go. And it's all good. So I wanted you guys to know that. You know, those of you that are listening, because there's a lot of people listening in the area that I live, and it's like, wow. Now that I said that, now freaking call the show, damn it, and give me a life experience that you've had. It's like a aha moment or something like that. That would be nice. Now, I'm going to say, and I'm going to tell you something that's happened, and I cannot believe the life of me. I cannot believe this happened. This is so crazy, 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 crazy.
I'm sorry, I have just now beamed you out of the episode. Are you enjoying this show? Are you finding it intriguing what you're hearing? So you decide to help expand this show for others to hear as well? Take a moment and imagine yourself driving your car on the road. You have an interstellar frequency bumper sticker. The person behind you sees you get out of your car, walks up to you, and says,
Excuse me, what is this interstellar frequency that you have on your car?
now, you are in your own time and dimension and space. As someone has just asked you this, imagine for a moment the conversation that you might have at this time. What would be the words you would say about this show? Imagine what it could be. How would you tell it? What would you say to them? Would you immediately tell them? You absolutely gotta look this show up on Google and listen to this show. If this happened to me, this is what I would say. Dude, you got to go experience this show. This is the interstellar frequency experience. You will find that your mind will be playing a movie while listening to it. Now that you have just experienced this mentally, I say to you, go to interstellarfrequency.info/store and find this bumper sticker, click on it. It will take you to my Etsy store where you can purchase it and have it shipped to you whatever time of dimension that you're in. They also do international shipping across this blue marble floating through space and time. Take a moment and pause this episode as I will do the same for you for 8 seconds, which will allow you time to pause and click on the store link in the description below. Thank you. I am now going to be beaming you back to your previously audio recording.
So, what had happened? I literally hit the jackpot in a way that is, to me, it's a jackpot, right? I mean, I didn't literally hit the jackpot. I mean, otherwise I'd be plastered all over California news if I did. That's not the jackpot I hit. Now, let me explain. Around 2:15 in the afternoon, Kim and I had to go to the gas station because, I live in California and we ride around with the low fuel light on. It's very expensive around here, and what happened was, it was really bizarre. I was literally talking to the guy at the gas pump, the fuel tanker guy. He was dropping fuel inside the tank, and I was asking him about, what happens if you're fueling up while the truck is delivering the fuel. Doesn't it stir up the particles and the debris at the bottom of the tank? He's like, no. There's a filter process that it goes through before it goes to the car. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then I went inside to the gas station and asked them to give me $20 and let me put that on, pump number 5. And at the time when I did this, gas prices at that time were $6.45 a gallon. So I figured I was going to get 3.9 gallons or 3.09 gallons or something like that. It's just like a quick. As soon as you stick the nozzle in, it's like, and there you go. You're done. You're full, or at least you're out of money. And it would give me about 3 gallons of gas, right, in my car, which I'm driving around a boat, a Suburban, for the family. And I figured, okay, well, that's about 13 to 15 miles of the gallon. So I'm set for a good 45 miles. That should last me a minute to get to and from the store and get the kids off to school and stuff like that. And I should be all right. Well, what happened, which I was really crazy over the idea, was the fact that I saw the solar glasses, like the solar eclipse glasses, sitting on the countertop. And I thought, what the hell? We're having a solar eclipse again? That's crazy. So automatically, I don't know if those of you seen that TV show Heroes with the solar eclipse, and where everybody starts having superpowers and super crazy stuff happens and all that. So I was going down the track of my mind and everything, because I go down these rabbit holes sometimes. And I've started freaking out a little bit. I was like, holy crap, it's a solar eclipse. Weird crap's going to happen. Not bad or anything, but just abnormal phenomena. And so I started freaking out a little bit. I was like, oh my God, the computers are going to go haywire. They're going to have a mind of their own. They're not going to do what they're supposed to be doing. All this crap. While I was in the store, Kim wanted me to grab her Dr. Pepper. I was like, all right. So I get her a Dr. Pepper. And I was talking to the lady about the solar eclipse stuff. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. She's like, yeah, it's out on the 14th of October. We're supposed to have a solar eclipse early in the morning or something like that. Here on the West Coast. I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. So I went back to the gas pump, handed the Dr. Pepper to Kim, and then I turned around and grabbed the pump handle, and I thought for a second, I had this weird feeling, and I don't know why. And something told me to get 91. I'm like, all right. Now, if you listen to the show, I've talked about that many times about, intuition and listening to that inner voice of yourself and oneself, inner voice, talking and screaming at you. So I did. I turned around and I hit 91. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to argue with that. And that makes sense. Maybe I might get a little bit further gas mileage out of 91 instead of the normal 87 that I always put in the car. Maybe not. I don't know. And so I put the pump handle in. Normally, when I do that, I start the handle and I, get the pump set up, and then I look back up at the counter, the counter, sorry, that counts down the fuel or counts up the fuel of what's going in the car. And I didn't do that this time. I had just put the handle in, walked over to the door, and started talking to Kim, my wife. And I was like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that. And we were kind of like planning out the idea of the day of things that we need to do. As I was listening to her talk, I was expecting the pump go, make that stop noise of it shutting off. And it didn't at all. Like, it wasn't shutting off. And I'm like, what the hell? I looked at her with a puzzled look on my face, and I looked back at the pump, and it says $0.00, and it says 0.000 gallons. And I'm like, what the hell? And the pump's still going. And it's like running. And I walk over, and I'm like, is it running, or is it just faking that it's running? What the hell's going on? So then I stop the handle, and there's like pressure under the handle, and I thought, okay, that seems a little odd. That's strange. It's not counting. So I hang up the pump, put the pump away, and it says prepaid $20 and da-da-da-da. Put it back, pull the pump handle back out, put the handle back in the car, start the pump process again on 91. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I did it 3 times. Like, that was the first time. Second time I put it away, tried it again. I thought, something's going on. Like, either the eclipse is already early and, crap's going haywire and computers are losing their mind already and doing what they're not supposed to be doing. I'm freaking out. So my first thought, right? My first thought behind this process goes something like this. Oh, shit. There's something wrong with the pump. And it's pumping gas in the car. So then I grab the keys and I turn the key on the ignition to see what if the pump is going, up, and my gauge doesn't work really fast, so it starts to go up kind of slow, right? So I'm like, all right. So I turn the key back off, stop the pump, and leave the pump in the car. Now, for what I'm about to say next, those of you listening are going to think I'm freaking crazy. And that's okay. I don't really care if anybody thinks I'm crazy. I may be crazy, I may not be crazy. I don't know. This is just the experience of what I experienced, and therefore I'm putting it out here. So here you go. Right? So as this happens, I sit here and go, oh my God, there's a glitch in the matrix. I know it. It's the solar eclipse. It's happening all over again. Oh no. So I stop the pump. And I hear in the back of my mind, and it's plain as day, bro, fill it up. What the hell's wrong with you? Fill it up. It's supposed to be, this is for you, dude. This is for you. And it's like, I start arguing with my own self, okay, in my mind. Maybe, God, I hope I wasn't talking out loud. Maybe I was, I don't know. Wish I had a recorder to find out if I was actually talking out loud or not. But I was like, no. This is wrong. This is very, very wrong. I'm not doing this. And I hear a female voice, right, that comes over next. Really? Really? You thought you'd pull the wool over his eyes without him noticing it? Are you delusional? You already know him. You already know what to expect of him. What did you think was going to happen? And I'm like, all right, that's it. I am so going to tell them, like, this is just wrong. Now, let me give you that context, right? So I start going in my head about this, of how wrong it is, and I don't want to mess up my, I don't know, karma, you want to call it, or what goes around comes around, or any of that crap. I start freaking out, right? Because somebody's going to have to pay for this. Somebody's going to have to pay for what happened to the pump. I don't know who, and if I can have anything to do it, no one's going to lose their job if I have anything to do with it, So I go inside and I tell the lady, I'm like, hey, I need your help. And she's like, yeah? I go, come on here, I want to show you this. Something's wrong, and I don't know what's going on. And she's like, okay. I'm like, look. So I show her the process. I put the handle away, and I, show her it says prepaid $20. pull the handle back out, put it back in, go through the whole entire process. This is the fourth time I'm doing this now. And I'm like, look, it's like the pump's running, but it's not counting it of what I'm putting in the gas tank. I don't know how much is in the gas tank. I'm freaking out right now because I don't know how much I owe you and what's in the tank. And she goes, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And I'm like, no. I mean, really, like, I think there's a lot of gas. I mean, I was sitting here talking for a second with my wife, and the pump wouldn't shut off. And I looked at the pump, and it says 00, and I started freaking out. So I came and got you. And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, this happens a lot. And I'm like, it does? She goes, yeah. You know, people have been going around and destroying the pumps and stealing the gas. I'm like, oh, okay. So she shows me this and explains it to me, and I'm like, oh my God. Okay, well, like, how much do I owe you? And she goes, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. Thank you for telling me. That's, we'll go ahead and shut the pump down so that way nobody's going to end up having issues and stuff. And we don't really need to run out of gas. Like, yeah, tell me about it. They just filled up the tanks. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And I mean, I go there a lot. So, I mean, I'm pretty well known among the station. They know who I am because I go there a lot. And the last thing I want to do is something happen where next thing you know, somebody's knocking on my door going, hey, you have a bill set for like $116 that you need to pay for this gas that you have in your tank. And I didn't even know it at the time, right? And it's like, this is just unbelievable. I cannot believe this is happening to me at this moment in time, that I'm getting like free gas on $20. And I'm kind of freaked out a little bit about it. And I hear like a male voice in the back of my head going, bro, sometimes I tell you, you really make it very difficult for us to help you with stuff like this. And I'm like, yeah, well, I turn around and I reply back to this voice of mine, of whoever the hell it is, the universe, for all I know, or the almighty magnificent, who knows? And I'm like, yeah, well, nobody's going to lose their job if I have anything to do with this. This is like, no, not happening. And it's like, no, I can't. I cannot see that it is okay. And it, call me crazy. I don't care. To me, I'm not messing up my damn karma for nobody. Not even for myself. If I'm aware of it and I am able to understand it, like, no. I mean, hell, if a freaking, if I ever went out to Vegas or something like that and I go to sit down on a machine, the machine goes haywire and wants to spit out about $1,000 and I didn't win the jackpot and it wants to give me about something thousands of dollars of jackpot saying I won the jackpot, I would be like, yeah, hey, this ain't mine. I think this is your guys's. I mean, if you want to cut me down a deal and throw me some money, that's cool. But, I didn't win the jackpot because, it didn't do the whole jumping through hoop things that it normally makes you do. It just kind of spit the money out. I could not take it. That's not, nah. I don't care what the phenomenal craziness is, and if, you call that magic or a malfunction or, a computer glitch or anything like that. And it was like, well, yeah, the universe is like, no, this is for you. No, I don't. Hell, even if something happened, right, and it came through the bank, and the bank's like, well, you have this much money deposited in your account of $300,000. I'd be like, I'm sorry, what? I would be on the phone calling the bank, going, yeah, I'm not paying back 3 times that amount, thank you. No. I'm not gonna owe that to someone. I didn't win that fair and square. I didn't hit the lotto. Some others would be like, yeah, I hit the lotto. Okay, maybe. But no, I'm not. No, hell no, I'm not taking that responsibility because of a malfunction. I just can't. That's just not me. No. If I won fair, square, and square or whatever on a lotto ticket that was a drawing, yeah, all right, I'll take it. I won it fair and square on a lotto ticket. That isn't a glitch. That was a fair, square deal. versus, or like you hit the Royal Flush in Vegas or something, and that was a fair square deal. You got the Royal Flush. You took a picture of it. I'd be okay with that, but not to just have a malfunction and then crap happens and like, oh yeah, this is for you. No matter how much the Almighty Magnificent and the Divine Universe and everything else wants to give that to me, no, no. I'm not sacrificing my freaking debts of karma. Thank you. No, I can't. Once I'm aware that it is wrong, yeah, no, it's wrong after that. And I won't go any further. Although, in the back of my mind, I'm not going to lie, I was like, fill it up, bro. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And because I'm thinking of the repercussions out down the road. Don't get me wrong. God, I would have loved to fill up my car. The full tank of, 24 gallons of that. That'd be great. Instead, I ended up getting 18 gallons. I'm not going to get greedy. I realized that it was, too late when I realized that it was just pouring in the gas and I didn't know. I went back home and did the calculations once the tank told me how much I had. I figured out that I'm like, yeah, 18 gallons of gasoline got poured into the car off of $20, and it was like, oh, shit. Now, can I prove this? Not necessarily, not by calculations of, unless I go to an empty tank and then fill up the tank and then subtract the amount to where I was, and then add how much it would be again on gallons. Then I can prove that's how much I owe them, and then they'll probably take it then. But they're not. No, they're gonna let it go because it was on their end that there was a malfunction, and I'm just happy and blessed. So, in a way, I would say that that's winning the jackpot, and letting it go. That's freaking awesome. I cannot believe that happened, and we really needed it. Oh God, did we really need it? Because I really couldn't afford it, right? I could not afford that. And that's okay. And then I realized right afterwards the reason why I couldn't afford it is because I had to go and buy a brand new freaking tire for my car because I had a sidewall puncture of my nail in my tire. Jesus, if I could talk correctly. My tire had a sidewall puncture with a small nail with a small leak. That sucked. So I had to get a brand new tire. So I still spent $177 in a different area instead of $116 in the gas tank. Life goes on, and you keep moving forward. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share with. It was really a remarkable experience and a really, really cool experience to have. And no worries. Hakuna Matata. That's all I gotta say. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Those of you that might be still kind of worried. Let it go. I have long forgotten. And I haven't told it to you. Or any of you. Or any of that. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. Bygones are bygones. Water off the duck's back. There you go. Just keep listening to my show. Share it with your friends or something. I don't know. And call me once in a while, damn it. Leave a message on the show. That'd be great. Or send an email. I don't know. Or buy some merchandise. There's merchandise there. Alright. Until next time.
This is Interstellar Frequency. End of transmission.